Bonjour tout le monde. My name is Marc-André Piette. I'm the Director of Golf, Head Professional at Highlands Golf Club. We're very excited to partner up with PSP Fitness. We're going to have a great program for you guys. 8 weeks of golf instruction followed by golf mobility and strength exercises to get you ready for the golf season. We know that 2020 brought golf back to its most popular times. We had lots of rounds of golf here at Highlands. Hopefully we created new golfers amongst the CAF, and we're looking forward to have this program for you guys to get you ready for the golf course, and both for swing wise and then also for fitness wise. So the 8-week program will cover a lot of different things. We're going to touch base mainly on the fundamental basics. We're going to talk about posture, we're going to talk about alignment. We're also going to touch base on how to rotate properly into the golf swing. And also at the end, the last session will be how you can bring everything that you've learned and then take it to the golf course. So for the first week, one of the most important parts is posture. So what we're going to touch base today is really how you should be setting up over the ball. There's two different common flaws into the postures where people don't understand how to keep their spine neutral when they're addressing the golf ball. So if I'm just standing normally, this is my neutral spine position. So you can see that I'm not perfectly straight. So I have some bend at the top of my upper back. But most people will tend to slouch over the golf ball this way and then not keep their spine neutral. And that's what we refer to as the C posture. So what happens in the C posture is that you're really desactivating the performance or the influence of your shoulder or your torso into the golf swing. And it's really not a stable posture. So what we want to make sure that we do when we prevent the C posture is that we want to make sure that we keep our spine neutral. And then we're going to bend over from the hips from here. And then that's going to really allow my upper body to rotate properly into the golf swing. So this is for the posture or week number 1. Neutral spine position, everyone. So we want to make sure that we stand normal or neutral at address. And from here, we're going to bend over from the hips to prevent that C posture position. So follow to my message today. Derek will kick in and will give you some great instruction for how to improve your muscles and your strength, your flexibility and your strength in order to cure that C posture.
Hi CAF members, welcome back. Derek here, Fitness and Sport Instructor with PSP. I'm here to give you your second day of work on your C posture. Today we're going to go over corrective exercises. So we're actually going to work on the muscles that are inactive, which force you into C posture, which Marc-André talked about earlier, and how it affects the golf swing. So what happens in C posture is that chest, thoracic spine, and shoulders usually tight in an internal rotated position, and the upper back muscles are generally not strong enough to pull us back into a neutral spine. So what we're going to work on today is going to be the rhomboids, the upper traps, the lats and the shoulders, or the back of the shoulders, which will help bring you back into neutral position. Obviously going to help you as well with the swing or the neutral alignment, neutral posture as you get set up. So exercise number 1, you can do any of these with a band or a dumbbell, or if you're at home and you don't have any equipment, you can use soup cans, laundry detergent, buckets, or a backpack, something like that. But we'll just use dumbbells for the sake of doing it here. The first one's going to be a bent over row. So bent over row, feet are close together. I hinge from the hips and I keep my back nice and flat. So we're looking at neutral position. Somebody who's got C posture or kyphotic will want to start from a rounded position. I want you to think about excessively arching your back and bringing your shoulder blades back together. And from there, you're going to squeeze your shoulder blades together, keeping the dumbbells close to the body, and then come back down. So I'm thinking about keeping my elbows close to the rib cage, and every time I pull, I want to think about pulling my shoulder blades closer to my spine, or pulling my shoulder blades together. Exercise number 2, I'm going to show you this variation with a band. Again, you can do it with soup cans, you can do with dumbbells, but the next one's an upright row. So with a band, I would just step on my band here. This exercise is going to work the upper traps and the upper back a little bit more. So I'm going to grab onto this with a double overhand grip. I'm going to think about pulling the resistance band up my chest and then back down, almost like I'm trying to pull up my t-shirt with the band. And I want my elbows to stay in a position that are higher than my wrists at all times. So the elbows are always what leads the way on the way up. I'm squeezing my stomach and squeezing my butt to make sure that I do not lean forward as I pull the band in an upright position. From there, we have a bent over T. So a bent over T you can do without weight, you can do with dumbbells. I'm just going to do it without weight for the sake of the demonstration, but if you want, a light dumbbell will work for this as well. Feet together, externally rotate. So you're going to point your thumbs outwards, and just like in the bent over row, we're going to get a nice neutral spine. So I'm going to show you this from this position here. So neutral spine, nice flat back, and then I'm going to think about pointing my thumbs to the ceiling, squeezing the shoulder blades together, back down, palms together, thumbs to the ceiling. Again, you can use a light weight for this, but think about more control rather than how heavy you're going. I don't want you bobbing up and down with it, okay? Number 4 would be a prone lift off. So a prone lift off, you're gonna be, prone just means face down. I'm gonna do this on a little bit of an angle for you, but you're gonna be lying on the ground with your arms straight, thumbs up, and you're gonna be, eyes are gonna be facing the ground. And from here, what I want you to think of is keeping the forehead on the ground. You're gonna lift the arms up and above at a 45-degree angle. You wanna put an object that forces you to lift and engage the upper back to go up and over and up and over, back down, okay? In terms of what you want to feel, like I said, upper back engage, try and take out the lower back. So try not to arch the lower back, to lift the arms up and over, try and keep your belly engaged to flatten out that low back. The next one, prone also, is going to be a W. So starting in a W position, really thinking about engaging the lat muscle here, pulling the elbows down and in and chest open. I'm going to go into straight arms and then back down, really focusing on pulling the elbows together or closer together. So starting in the W, squeezing my butt, keeping the belly tight, arms stay off the ground as I straighten them out, and then I squeeze the shoulder blades back and down into that W position, always keeping the arms off the ground as you do this exercise. The last exercise is going to be the upper body rolling pattern. Okay, this is an exercise that's very good as well for disassociation of your upper body from your lower body, which helps with the power component of the golf swing. So what we're doing here is one arm straight, other arm out at about a 45-degree angle. I want to pretend that my lower body is paralyzed, so there's no helping. I shouldn't have to push off my toes or my knees to help. All the movement here comes from the upper back. So I start reaching over and I'm constantly looking at my fingers or my thumbs. I want my right hip to stay close to the ground as my right shoulder moves over. And then when I fall across, I want to make sure that the shoulder hits the ground before the hip. So what I want to avoid is everything moving up in a block sequence. It's going to be upper back does the work. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze that upper back. Try and keep the right leg unengaged. And then as I get close to the ground, I'm just going to let myself fall over. And again, what you do on the right side, make sure you do on the left to make it equal. So those are your corrective exercises for C posture. You'll feel the upper back engage, work a lot harder, and that's what's going to help you pull those shoulders back so that when it comes time to address your golf ball, you'll be able to keep a more neutral spine.